Yeah, we'll go to jail if we talk to people. As far as I'm concerned, they have Sharia law here. I was told if I talk to people, even if I put all my cameras away, I can't criticize Islam to people here on a public street in Australia, in Sydney. Don't tell me you don't have no-go zones. Don't tell me this is a multicultural country. Lakemba is a monoculture, and it is one that does not allow critique of Islam. It is one that does not allow free speech because it is conquered land. So I'm headed to an area called Lakemba in Sydney, Australia, and it's supposed to be a very high Muslim population area, kind of like Markslow or Molenbeek in Europe. I think that in Australia, the no-go zone areas wouldn't be as bad as Europe just because they've got less mass immigration, but I've heard some pretty bizarre stories about riots, about attacks, kind of grooming gangs in Lakemba as well. So I want to see what's actually going on there. Is this actually a no-go zone? Or is it integrating perfectly? The only way I get to know these things is if I go on the ground and check it out. So let's see what we find out in Lakemba.
How do you like Lauren Southern? This girl is going above and beyond. She goes to Australia. She could turn it into a vacation, do a couple of softball interviews, speak to a bunch of her fans, go visit the kangaroos, and then be done with it. But instead, she pushes the envelope. And what does she do? She goes to a Sydney no-go zone. Translation, a very, very Muslim part of Sydney. And everybody freaks out and blockades her, threatens to arrest her. Please watch.
As soon as we arrived in Lakemba, things were tense. There were heads turning, people coming out of shops to look at us and find out what we were doing. Men started yelling in Arabic across the street at us.
So the tension, first of all, look at this place. This is a pocket of Sydney that you do not want to go to. And the larger places like this get in Sydney, the less good Sydney gets. Now, why are they tense? They're tense partly because they have this young blonde woman walking around, clearly not a Muslim. Maybe they're tense because she's not covered up, and that's scandalous, but also there's a camera there. So they're defensive, they're on guard. What's your objective here? What are you doing? This is our neighborhood, get out, that sort of vibe. Real friendly.
I hadn't even been in Lakemba 10 minutes before someone had tipped off the media and they came running to combat me and tell me this was a perfectly safe area and I had nothing and no reason to be there. Almost immediately, the media's story was proven to be wrong.
There is no God but Allah. SWT? What is that? Is that peace and blessings be upon him or something? Oh no, that's PBUH. So what is SWT? Muhammad is his messenger. Okay. That's a little bit insane, actually. Just to have a sign up like that. Like, how is the government cool with that? How is that allowable? How is that not a theocracy? That's not selling anything. That's just, here's a statement about the universe in a foreign language. Nothing to see here. Be cool with that. If you disagree, there's probably not going to be bloodshed. Yeah, probably not.
As we went to go for a walk to the local mosque, a very high-ranked police officer came up to me and begged with me, do not go there.
Where's the Southern, is it?
Speaking.
Inspector Rick Ages from Campsie Police.
Yep.
I've been informed that you're intending to attending the Lakemba Mosque, is that correct?
I actually have no intentions of attending. I was just planning on walking through the streets and seeing how the culture was here.
I mean, again, they're trying to turn Lauren Southern into something she's not. She is this young woman from Canada, just a basic, average representation of Western society. And she's there, not trying to inflame, she's not doing anything. She's just witnessing, looking around what should be, what theoretically is part of the free world. And apparently that's a problem. That's a problem. Watch the victim blaming that goes on here. This is so scandalous. You will not believe this.
Yes?
Yep.
Are you satisfied with that?
Yep.
So where do you intend on walking to now?
Imagine a cop asking you, where are you intending on walking now? How about this answer? Wherever the fuck I want, Officer O'Malley. Where are you walking now?
I was just going to walk out and check how the mosque was.
Check where the mosque was?
Yep. Would I not be allowed to attend if I wanted to?
I've got grave concerns that you may cause an imminent breach of the peace down there.
So listen to the wording and how he says this, and Lauren calls him out on it. He has grave concerns that she is going to cause. So her very presence is going to cause something. This is like saying to a woman, if you put on makeup and dress up sexy, you are going to cause a rape. You caused the rape.
So I'm asking you not to attend.
Why would I cause a breach of the peace?
Because it's highly religious down there.
How do you know Lauren Southern isn't highly religious? What if she just saw that sign that said, there is but one God, Allah, peace be upon him. Maybe she had a change of heart. Maybe she's going down there for a spiritual awakening. What do you mean, don't walk down there? It's a super religious area.
So would it be me causing a breach of the peace, or would it be the people there?
Okay, so exactly. Lauren is not a dunce. She understands. You're framing this like I am doing something wrong. Meanwhile, you're giving cover and defending the fact that they are likely to violate me. They would be committing the crime. They would be breaching the peace, not me. So why are you talking to me?
Well, your presence may cause them to be, be offensive and be objective to your attending there.
Yeah, what? The fuck is this? Officer, I would ask you to not bust up that meth lab, because your presence in the meth lab might be offensive to them, and it might cause a breach of peace. So please don't go in there. Do you see how they're playing hide the ball here with the problem? The problem is the Muslims and their attitudes and their actions. And underneath that, it is Islam. That's the problem. But instead of focusing on that, we go down the chain of cause and effect to the victim, the future potential victim of all this bullshit, and blame her for it. What kind of reverse engineering is this?
And so that would be them being offended
Please,
by me.
can you not interview me?
Can you not interview me? Okay, so is there not a right for that too? So now instantly his fear and panic, he doesn't want to be held responsible for this. Too late, buddy. Your name and face is out there. So he's blaming the victim, he's giving cover to the egregious behavior of Muslims, and now he's trying to censor people from observing him doing this. Because part of him understands that what he's doing is wrong and shameful. That's why he doesn't want it to be seen.
The local community walk around here without any fear.
Oh, look at that cameraman. Smart. Look at him. He learned what I learned in high school. Nobody knows it's recording if you cover the little red light. That's a tip for all the young men out there.
I walk around here without any
Right,
fear.
but I'm a critic of Islam.
Yes.
So I can't be in this multicultural because my culture is allowed to have free speech and criticizes
I understand
Islam.
you have your own beliefs and you're allowed to have your own beliefs.
Thank God this police officer has come by to let somebody have freedom of thought.
I have no issue with that. I'm asking you not to attend down there because I have a fear that you may cause an imminent breach of the peace. In doing so, you may commit an offence.
Fear. No, she is not committing any offense. And that cannot be how you spell commit. I refuse to believe that. That looks like a caveman wrote that. She is not committing an offense by existing. Existing while being Lauren Southern is not a crime. How warped is this world? Disgraceful performance by not just the Australian police. That guy is representative of the overall view of Muslims in Australia. That's what the people in coffee shops would say and think and approve of. That's the stance the politicians would take. So don't think that this is some renegade cop speaking out of line. No, this is the general way it's done down there because it's easier to brush it under the carpet. Yes, than to face it. Lauren wants to face this thing. They say, no, just let them do their thing. Just please don't make the black kids angry. Don't make the Muslims mad. Bend the knee. They're the mob, okay? Just pay them what they want. They're protecting us. From who? From them. If you do as they say, they won't attack you.
Am I allowed to walk through the area?
I'm asking you not to go down the Haldon Street. Down
You're asking me, but do I have the legal right to walk down this area?
See, and now he can't answer that because he knows he has no authority to tell her not to go somewhere. She's not committing any crime. She's just exercising her freedom of movement. And so he's saying, I'm asking you as a personal favor to me. But then he will say, no, I'm telling you now, and I will arrest you if you do.
At this point in time, no.
I know you're walking away, but I would like to do some interviews. Would I be allowed to do interviews?
No, you're not welcome in there.
You're not welcome in there. Since when? Wait, you're not welcome. Well, what if she doesn't welcome them? What does that mean? So the Muslims in this community, if they don't want you there, you have to leave and the cops will enforce it? How insane is that? Well, here's a newsflash. We don't want Muslims in the country. They're not welcome anywhere. They're not welcome in Israel, in India, in Russia. I would say in Sweden, but sadly they're learning that lesson the hard way. How about that as a notion?
No, I'm not. No. Just to do interviews on the street. Am I allowed to?
No.
Why not?
Because I'm asking you not to.
Would I be allowed? No cameras, nothing. Would I be allowed to talk to people and criticize Islam?
No. No.
You cannot criticize Islam. This guy is a soldier for the Muslim hordes. He's enforcing Sharia law, and she mentions it right now. You cannot criticize? What do you mean I can't criticize? What kind of tradition is that in the West? You can't express your opinions about something? Unbelievable. Christopher Hitchens is rolling in his grave.
Why?
Because I'm telling you, no, you're committing an offence. Why do you need to do it here?
Because
Why?
this is a
What
highly
questions-
Islamic
what
area.
question- What questions do you intend asking?
What right is it for you to ask her what questions she would be asking? Again, the answer is whatever the fuck I want, officer. I'm going to ask them how many pubic hairs they have on their stupid faces.
Could I not talk to people and criticize
What
Islam?
question? Why do you want to... Why do you want to criticise Islam?
Why do you want to criticize Islam? How many hours do you have, bro? How about this for starters? I want to criticize Islam because they don't want me to criticize Islam. How about that? I'm critical of that policy. This is insane. And this is the Achilles heel, by the way, of non-American countries. So even though America has all its fucked up shit, all its gun-toting, all of its, we got Texas and Florida and whatnot, at least we have freedom. That does mean something. That idea does have some weight to it, doesn't it? It's not a minor thing.
Like I said, if you're inside, I have fear that you're going to cause a breach of the peace.
No, you have
Breach of the pace. And by the way, this happened to the Snorgon of Borkad, the garden gnome. He was going to a Free Tommy rally, and he was going to talk to people. Again, just a YouTuber making content, peaceful as can be. And they said, no, you can't go there because you're not welcome here. They don't like you, and they might attack you, which would breach the peace. So you might be the victim of an assault, therefore we will strip you of your right to speak and to move into that area. And it's not surprising that the British police and the Australian police have a similar pussified attitude because they come from the same place. I mean, it's the same people. The people that started Australia were British, and that whole vibe, that whole energy of just don't rock the boat, okay, please, just stiff upper lip, and please, let's have decorum. Let's not be so crass as to confront a problem.
The peace?
No, you fear people will be offended by me.
No, yeah.
Yes, thank you.
And you're committing a breach of the peace. I've given you that warning.
No, she's not. She is not committing a breach of the peace. This is absurd.
And if you do that, you may be breaking the law. Do you understand that?
Yep, I understand it. I perfectly understand. As far as I'm concerned, you have Sharia law here. As far as I'm concerned.
I'm going to criticize that guy's shirt in the background. Can I do that? Officer, why does he have 2 pens? Why is that pocket black? Why is he wearing a button-up? I mean, what is that? I've never seen a shirt like that. Am I in the future? Is he going to just step up on a hoverboard and just sail away? I have criticisms of that man's attire. Am I allowed to?
Yeah, we'll go to jail if we talk to people. As far as I'm concerned, they have Sharia law here. I was told if I talk to people, even if I put all my cameras away, I can't criticize Islam to people here on a public street in Australia, in Sydney. Don't tell me you don't have no-go zones. Don't tell me this is a multicultural country. Lakemba is a monoculture, and it is one that does not allow critique of Islam. It is one that does not allow free speech because it is conquered land.
Conquered land. There she is. Look at her. Well done. I approve. I applaud. Speaking the truth. Going to the heart of the issue. Facing the shit you're not going to face. You're not going to go to that neighborhood. Neither am I. When I was in Melbourne, I didn't go to the Muslim parts of Melbourne. Fuck that. But she's exposing it. She's ripping open the Band-Aid and doing what a journalist should do. Going to the places that you don't want to go. Remember a war journalist? They would go and they embed themselves in platoons. I'm not doing that. I don't want to do that, but I do want to know what's happening on the front line. And that's where she is. Right there, that interaction with that cop, that is the rot and the decay of the moral character of Western society. And it represents the spineless nature of pussies like this in Australia and beyond. That's what we're fighting. It's not just the issue with Muslims, which is severe and legitimate. No, it's the useful idiots and vagina holes who protect the Muslim community from criticism, rightful criticism, and in so doing, make the problem worse.